Greetings. Thanks so much for being here. So happy that you jumped in for this. I'm Jai Dave. If we're meeting for the first time, this is a Life Force Academy experience, and this White Swan experience meditation Kriya that you're about to get to try is an amazing thing. I think you're going to love this. But all in all, this is a journey of about 60 minutes that's very profound, a little bit of hard work, but it's going to be worth it, trust me. And regardless of whether it's your first time trying this, anything like this, with us especially, or if you've been with us many, many times, so thankful that you're here. And just a couple of little things before we get started in just a moment. First things first, have some water with you. If you need to pause this, get some water. It's important that you stay hydrated as we're doing these exercises. If you have any pre-existing injuries, never risk exacerbating an injury because of a yoga exercise. So just modify as necessary. I'll guide you through this as we begin the class in just a moment. Sitting tall. So you want to be on your sit bones. For most of the exercises that we're going to do in this particular 60-minute practice, 60-minute journey, the whole thing, you're not going to be exercising. The meditation, the White Swan meditation, is just really like the final 10 minutes. But most of the time you're going to be sitting, and the best is if you can be seated on the floor, but you're going to want to have like a small cushion or a folded blanket. Something nice and firm is best to sit up a little bit so you can be right on your sit bones, and that'll keep your chest lifted high. If you can't be on the floor, you can do the vast majority of everything we're about to do sitting on a chair. So if you're on a chair, you want to have feet flat on the floor, and as much as possible, keep your heart lifted up. The spine will be relatively straight if your heart stays lifted up. Just do the best you can. Take care of yourself. Ladies, if you're on your moon cycle, then you might want to kind of take it easy. Trust your body in the parts of the experience where there's more stronger rhythmic breathing. You can slow those down, or even just do a nice relaxed breathing through your nose in those cases. But trust your own body, trust your own sense of that. If you're pregnant, then definitely you can just do a long deep breath when we're doing the more stronger rhythmic breathing. But other than that, all of this is going to be great. The White Swan meditation is incredible. It opens up the mind in such an almost magical way, and you feel blissful, you feel amazing. We have a little bit of work to do to get to that part. And in just, 60-minute experience, we're gonna have an amazing time. So thank you so much for being here, and we're about to start in just a few moments. So set yourself, get yourself ready, and see you in just a moment. Greetings, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a beautiful experience. It's a journey. It's a bit of good work. Hard work? I don't know. Maybe for some people it feels hard at times, and usually in order to create some sense of shift, some work is necessary to meet some threshold of energy, to meet some threshold of resistance in the way that the mind and the body is operating. Our mind tends to operate in grooves, and we have certain grooves that are operating in our mind, and thus also in our body. Whatever's happening emotionally is also happening to our bodies. All of it is intertwined and connected. So the challenge of that is if we're emotionally distraught, it is literally causing stress to our bodies, and if that continues long enough, then that stress to the body starts to turn into illness and so forth and so on. The positive part of that, though, is we have the capacity, and this is what yoga practice, meditation practice is all about, is to transform those inner tendencies, those inner grooves, the ones that are causing us more stress and miserableness, and we get to transform them into ones that cause us more creativity and more inspiration and more intelligence and more intuition and even more joy, and thus more sense of purpose, and thus greater happiness that actually sticks around. And you live a meaningful life in that way. And this is the real glory of these Kriya practices, yoga practices, and the great White Swan meditation, White Swan Kriya, that we're going to be experiencing today. At first, what we're going to do is doing some kind of preparatory energization exercises, which in and of themselves, amazing. They both open up the channels of life force, of energy, of chi, prana in your body, and circulate that life force, and it centers itself in the nervous system. So all of a sudden we were feeling lackluster, and now we're feeling some zest. We were feeling insecure, now we're starting to feel some self-confidence. We were feeling kind of dull, and now some inspiration is starting to trickle in. All because of shifting the inner state, not shifting the outer state. Shift the inner state first, outer state will follow. These are amazing practices, amazing meditations, amazing teachings, amazing wisdoms that have been passed on, generations, hundreds of years, thousands of years, back to ancient India and the ancient practices really from all over the world, that many of which we're still fortunate enough to have access to and to be able to use. And more than ever do we need these types of practices for in this critical moment of time, and for our species to continue on, to thrive and to survive. And also in our personal lives. All of us are going through tremendous change, in some cases tremendous challenges, and yet there's something awesome, incredible about life itself. All of our lives, all of us, our lives are precious. And it's not like there's some person over there. I think the facade is being cracked of this ideas of like celebrities or this famous person or that, royal person or whatever is somehow, greater than the rest of us. Is that each of us, we've come out of our mother's womb, we took the first breath, and at some point each of us are going to take our final breath. And in between those two breaths is the great story and the great journey of each of our lives. And so, when we open up the field of perception, open up the intuitive psyche, this is what the White Swan meditation is all about. You get into greater inspiration, greater clarity of purpose, greater meaningfulness in life. And we very much can step firmly onto the path that is going to cause us to become a happy person, a joyful person, a radiant person. And so what the yogis have done for ages, really, in different periods of the history of yoga, but starting back at least 5,000 years and has been developed since that time. They have used, in part, the understanding of this inner psyche. They mapped it out. It's a clear map, a clear architecture. And one of the ways we get inside of the architecture of the human psyche is through the language of the planetary forces of life. Not planets just up in the sky, although yes, this is part of it. But Saturn is the great work that you have in your life, your path of work. Mercury is your unique path of intelligence. You have a different type of intelligence than others. What is that intelligence and how do you activate it? How do you sharpen that sword? Mercury. Venus, your path of love. How will you experience love? Not only in relationship, yes, in relationship, but ultimately, how do you experience a great love? Regardless of the relationship status, how do you experience, how do you become fulfilled by love, by the experience of love, by receiving and giving love? And what is your unique path? Mars, your path of desire and energy and ambition. The sun, your path of becoming radiant, your path of self-confidence. The moon is your path to becoming truly peaceful and even blissful. The moon, they call the moon in her most kind of exalted, subtle state, they call her soma, which is the word for like inner bliss. The bliss, the ecstasy that comes when one is filled with love, filled with a love supreme. So there you have the sun, we have the moon, we have the Mercury, we have the Venus, we have the Mars, and then we have the Hamza is the Jupiter. And Jupiter is your path of prosperity, your path of wisdom, your path of truth, your path of discovery of what is real versus what is not real. That is the symbology of Hamza, the swan, the white swan. The swan is said to be able to, the magical white swan in the yogic mythology, in the Indian mythology, is said, this white swan is said to be able to drink milk mixed with water and just drink only the milk out of the water. It has that power of discernment to be able to, and what that metaphorically represents is the ability to be able to know what is real versus what is not real, what is true versus what is not true. What is real in the context of yoga is that which is never changing, that which never dies. What is not real from the context of yogic psychology is that which is always changing and that which will one day die. My body is always changing, it will one day die, but there's something about me that is real, that will not die with my body. What is that? That will make a person radiant, to become an experiencer of that. And the great ones, the ones in what they call the greatest sages of all time in India, some of them they call Paramahansa, like the supreme swan. Hansa is swan. And when Jupiter forms his kind of most powerful formations in the Vedic astrology, they call it Hamsa Yoga. So then Jupiter is the great benefic, the bringer of expansion and prosperity and wisdom and good and all good things. So when you tune into that in your life, in your inner world, in your outer world, you will become prosperous as well. This is why it's so revered. This way, if you come with us to Boone, North Carolina, and you walk in this magnificent Art of Living retreat center, you'll be greeted by these two, beautiful white swans just as you walk into the meditation hall. We're going to do that together. Okay, my beautiful friends, we are going to do some exercises. It's preliminary exercises and into the Kriya that will then take this open pranic channel and kind of build up your magnetism. And then the final 7 minutes or so will be the White Swan meditation. So from here, whether you're a longtime practitioner of this or brand new, either way, perfectly fine. Modify anything you need to modify, but the goal is to just dwell on the breath. Keep your mind on the breath rhythm, on the breath focus, and let the mind go this way and let the mind go that way. No problem. There's no wrong way to do it, but just your anchor point for your mind is again and again back to your breath. So take your hands to your ankles or shins. What you're going to start to do is a spinal flex, inhaling, lifting through the sternum. exhaling back. It's through the nose. It's a nice short sniff in on the inhale and a sniff out on the exhale, like have my friend Nima here. She's demonstrating at our home studio in the Sierra foothills of Northern California, coming to wherever you are, wherever in the world you are. So happy we're here, so happy you're here, and we're all here together. Use your breath, focus on your breath, listen to your breath, feel your breath. It's a lifting of the sternum, please. Inhale deep. Now suspend your breath in. Keep the breath in it. Relax your chest and even soften your mind. And exhale. Beautiful. Take your hands up to your shoulders like so. Sit bones connected. You're going to let it swing, just spinal twist, and inhale as it swings to the left. Exhale as it swings to the right. And please, through the nose, breathe and put a nice rhythm to your breath. And the mind will jump this way and the mind will jump that way, no problem. Keep going back into the breath. Eventually the kriyas kick in. The practices kick in. The life forces center in your nervous system. Parasympathetic system becomes activated. Your mind will relax. It'll feel pretty good. But at first there's usually a threshold of resistance. So try to keep going, even though at times it may be uncomfortable or difficult. Let's today do something amazing. Let's focus our energy. Let's give some commitment to our vitality, some commitment to our mind and it being able to tap into its inspirations and its intuition and its creativity and thus sense of purpose. And to the center, inhale deepest. Now suspend your breath in. Keep the breath in, yet soften your chest, soften your mind. Exhale. Perfecto. Hands to our knees. And it's an inhaling, let them bounce up. Exhale, release. Bounce up and let them release. Close your eyes. Listen to the breath rhythm. Normally our mind is always going this way and then it's going that way, and with our mind goes our life force, the chi. In the practice, you're anchoring your mind again and again to the breath. And we're going to work with rhythm. And we're going to use rhythm as the vehicle that takes us down below the surface layers of our thinking, stressful mind that's ordinarily exhausting us. We're going to drop down below and we're going to tap into the deeper reservoir. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, release. Stretch your legs out wide like a V shape. Inhale, center, turn to either side, fold. Inhale, center, turn other side, fold. Use use your breath through your nose. Take your time, go your own pace, but create a nice, deep breath rhythm. Go. Close the eyes. Breathe. Inhale, center, and then fold down to the center. Yeah, you don't have to come all the way. Use your hands, your arms to support you. Extend out through your chest. Tuck through your chin a little bit. Breathe long and slow through your nose. Feet are flexed. Energy in the toes. Groin relaxed. Breath rhythmic and deep. Relax, shake your legs out. And make your way up, please, standing. And here we go. Like a yogi's march, you take the index finger, seals to the thumbs. You pick a point before you, and with your eyes, you gaze at a single point in front of you. Doesn't matter what the point is, but singular focus of the eyes. Then you begin, like Nima, a yogi's march, like it's an inhale, up, exhale, down. And get your knees up, if possible, to hip level. Stretch open your armpits on every inhale. You're both circulating the blood and helping out your heart by getting those big muscles of the legs up and put them in rhythm simultaneously with the arms and the pumping of the arms with the breath. Circulating the lymph, moving your lymphatic fluid, of which over 80% of your immunity is in this lymphatic, what the Ayurveda they call the rasa, the juices of the body, to keep you fresh, to keep you vital. They must move, and they don't move unless we move them with breath and with exercise. All the lymph nodes under your armpits and the chest, and for the women, the breasts. Beautiful, almost there. 30 seconds, go with the rhythm, breathe. Inhale, stretch up. Stretch up and relax, exhale. Good, stretch the legs out some and let your arms out wide like Nima will show us here. Make your legs strong and your fingers nice and firm. Inhale here and then exhale down in this like a pranic windmill. Inhale, lifting the chest. Use your core strength to help you lift on your inhale. Draw your navel point in. That's your abdomen just under the belly button, the navel point. To the yogic anatomy is that underneath, a couple inches underneath the belly button. Pull that in as you lift up. Use the pelvic floor, draw it in as you lift up. It's hard to do at first. As you develop those muscles, you develop your core strength, you also develop your pranic strength. Use the breath, and all of that will give you great vitality if you work with it consistently, with a rhythm through your nose. Breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Shake your legs out. Come sitting, please. Okay? Your mouth will be in an O shape. The breath is like this. The exhale and inhale are equal. O-shaped lips. Rhythmic breath. Make sure your inhale is as good as your exhale. Now arms out like so. Palms facing up. Fingers firm. Take an inhale through your nose. Try to keep your shoulders down, chest out. Exhale. Then inhale again, through the O-shaped mouth. O-shaped mouth. Yeah, like that. Palms facing up, fingers firm. Try to keep your chest soft. Try to keep your shoulders down away from your ears. And fingertip to fingertips. Stretch out. O-shaped mouth. Focus on your breath. Dwell on the rhythm. Yes, difficult. Try to stay with it. As a pressure builds between your body and the pull of gravity on your arms and the spine. Fingers firm. That pressure will mix into the navel at the rhythm. Stimulate the pranic system. Open up the inner channels. Tap the dormant reservoir of vital energy. With the rhythm, almost there. It's a little stronger with the breath now. Final moments. Mouth in half. Squeeze your fingers tight. Lift up your rectum, sex organ, navel point, up and in. Squeeze the spine and squeeze all the energy in your arms. Arms. Like a cannon through your mouth. Exhale, hold the posture. Inhale. Squeeze the fingers, lift the root lock, rectum, sex organ, navel. Squeeze the spine, squeeze the arms tight. Exhale. Mas. Squeeze the spine, squeeze the fingers, tight, tight fingers. Squeeze the spine. Exhale. Relax. Have a little bit of water. couple more exercises, then the white swan, okay? These exercises very powerful, rest as needed, but if you can stay in it, the idea is to stay in it. Never exacerbate a pre-existing injury, anything like that. But if you can only do the breath, do the breath. If you have to disengage, I always encourage, don't disengage the meditation. Stay listening to the rhythms, stay listening to the music, stay listening to your breath, even if you're just sitting there, even if you're laying down on your back. But these are amazing exercises. I'm excited for you to do them. Okay, O-shaped mouth again. The breath is, this time you try to make it a little more from your chest and less from your cheeks, like comes more from down here this time. O-shaped mouth. Use your diaphragm, get it deep. Diaphragmatic breathing. Put your diaphragm in this rhythm. Then the hands go like this, so watch. So they come into fists, they're twisting. They come into fists as they twist towards me. They come open and away, like that. Come on, 60 seconds, go. Strong diaphragmatic breathing. Keep going. Now, if you can peek your eyes slightly open and look at the tip of your nose, do that. That'll put a pressure on your frontal cortex, frontal lobe, changes the field, changes your mind's narratives, opens the channels, opens up the evolutionary centers of the brain, and causes the chi, prana, to move into the upper centers. The intuitive psyche. Creative psyche, Dharma field. 10 seconds, let's go. Now through the O-shaped mouth, inhale very deep. Lift through that pelvic floor, navel in. Now squeeze fists, come on. Squeeze this fist and squeeze your spine. Exhale. Beautiful. 2 more. Pelvic floor lifted up, navel point up and in. Squeeze the fist, squeeze the spine. Exhale. Inhale. Pelvic floor, spine. Now squeeze your body tight. Exhale. Beautiful. Keep your eyes closed down now. Just relax your hands and witness the flow of your breath. Let the breath be natural yet meditative. Uplift the inner world, the outer world will follow suit. Okay. Exercise número 2. Same breath. This time you lead with the heel of the palm. It's like an ancient kind of ritual, ancient dance. And the whole upper body is into it. It's not just our arms. It's not this. It's... So what you're doing, lead with the heel of your palm, and like you're pushing something powerfully away from you, and all the power comes from below your belly button at the navel. supple. Move the whole upper body, O-shaped mouth. Breathe from the diaphragm. Lead with the heel of the palm. A lot to ask, but you can do it. Your power center is the navel point. That's Mangala, Mars. The Nabi Chakra, Manipura. Whatever needs to kind of be out of your field, physically, mentally, emotionally, with your energy, with your mind. Clear your space, fortify your domain, move your body, use your breath, be in the rhythm. 30 seconds, go. 15 seconds, make it swing, go. Lead with the heel of the palm, fingers open. Beautiful, inhale, left arm out, right arm back. Make your hands lion claws, tight fingers, squeeze the fingers, lift the pelvic floor, squeeze your spine, exhale. Dos más, switch, inhale. Pelvic, fingers tight, like still. All these fingers correspond different centers of your brain. Tighten them, tighten them, tighten them, exhale. Switch it, last one. Tight, tight, tight. Exhale. Oh, beautiful. Good, shake your arms out a little. Shake your arms out a little. If you need to stretch your legs out, release your knees. Do that. Most of these exercises we're doing today, you could even do in a chair if you wish. Agua. Okay. Final exercise, then the meditation of the white swan. Same breath. Same gaze. Your eyes can be closed, but if possible, you open them up just a touch and you look at the tip of your nose. Okay? Hands out like this. Fingers not tight, but also not touching. Chest out, sit bones connected. Almost rather you be on a chair with your sit bones connected than not sitting on the floor slumped. Or use a little cushion or a blanket folded up. Be tall, hard out. Yeah, like this, elbows bent. Same breath. It's a swing. The force of it is like that. About 90 seconds. All of the breath rhythm. This is a great exercise, all for the heart prana. Magnetism of your heart, life force that feeds your heart, physical heart, emotional heart, spiritual heart. Go, swing. Good, bigger, swing. Into it a little more. Hit the rhythm. seconds. Go. You can move your energy. You can move the energy of your life. Tip of the nose. Inhale through the O-shaped mouth. And squeeze the fingers tight. Squeeze the spine and stretch your tongue out to your maximum. Stretch it, that little undercord of your tongue. Pull it. Then exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Stretch your tongue. Lift your pelvic floor. Draw your navel in. Squeeze your fingers. Stretch your tongue. Stretch it. Stretch it. Exhale. Fingers open wide. Inhale. Lift the pelvic floor, navel in. Fingers open wide and tight. Squeeze the spine. Stretch your tongue out max. Stretch it. Squeeze the spine. Squeeze the fingers. Stretch it. Exhale. And please slowly relax to meditative space. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Shake your arms out a little bit. Kind of distribute the energy in your body. And have a little bit of water. Okay, my beautiful friends. White Swan Kriya. It's not hard to do, it's hard to sustain for many of us. You do your best. If you can stick the posture the entire time, this is ideal. Even if you don't stick the posture the entire time, stay in the meditation, stay even in the visualization. Your thumbs come together like so. The other 4 fingers are tucked in. It's like 2 swans with their foreheads bowing and touching each other. 2 white swans with their foreheads bowing and touching each other. You hold it at the height of the 3rd eye, at the brow point, in front of the body. You keep your sit bones connected, your chest out, your shoulders drop down. You see the shape of your hands, the mudra, and then you close your eyes and you see the shape of the mudra, and thus the white swans through your closed eyes. You begin to make your breath long and deep, creating a meditative rhythm. And perhaps you need to peek your eyes open again and reveal the shape of the mudra to your mind. And you close your eyes and see the shape through your closed eyes. White Swan Kriya, Hamzani Kriya. And now for several minutes, you're going to sustain this position. There's nothing else to the meditation. The depth of the meditation is going deep into a focus. To not overcomplicate things. To drop into your breath rhythm and into the visualization as your anchor points. Your mind might have magnificent experiences. Your mind might have irritable, difficult experiences. In either case, again and again, into the breath, into the imagery of the white swan, the 2 white swans bowing their head in the shape of your hand mudra, through the closed eyes. Breathe. We're doing this 7 minutes exactly. And if that seems long, focus on the breath, focus on the swan, go through the journey, let it take you through a journey, through a process. And when it feels like you can't continue anymore, deeper the breathing, please. Chest out, shoulders back and down. See the white swan, breathe. Deeper the breath. Focus, deepen the breathing. See the white swan. Exhale. Hold the posture steady, deeply inhale. Suspend. See the white swan. Hold the posture, exhale. Inhale. See the white swan. And then let it dissolve into empty space. Into an infinite field. And slowly relax. And inhale. Exhale. So, what the yogis were and have always been tuned into, it's not like the yogis were some time in the past and they're not around anymore. Absolutely, they are, and we are. What they are tuned into, and it was the same thing that Einstein tuned into when he famously said that the field is has the sole governing agency over the particle. What does that mean? In order to transform the body, for instance, one has to transform the field, the electromagnetic field in this case. Then the particle will change. So that works in terms of our physical health. It works in terms of our mental and our emotional well-being, and all of the things that all of us are dealing with every single day as a human being on living on planet Earth, with all of the beautiful things that are happening in our lives, all the incredibly stressful things and heartbreaking things that are happening in our lives. You can always there's ways to bring ourselves into these magnificent states where you totally change the field of perception. When you transform the field of perception, you can shape your life in a different type of way. This is natural things that any of us can do. There's no special effects needed. Don't have to change anything. Don't have to change your friends or change your family or change anything like that. The beautiful thing to me is that when you work with these practices and the teachings that go along with them, is this anyone can run energy through an organism, through a body and a mind, body-mind electromagnetic system. A living organism is a human being. There was a famous study done in the 1940s in Yale where the researcher wanted to measure, test the fields of living organisms and started with eggs of different types of eggs, birds' eggs, amphibian eggs, different types of eggs. And always where the head was at was the positive charge, and always where the bottom was at was the negative charge, just like us. And this is all exactly almost the language that the yogis use. You have a pole at the top of the head or just above the top of the head. Like any other magnet, you have a pole at the base of your spine, and in between the two does the chi, life force, prana flow. And so these are the great sciences and arts of how to work with your magnetism, how to work with your field. It's one thing to do it in a session like this, and we can see very much. I didn't really even want it to end once we got there, but getting there was a bit of a push. And once you get there, it's like, but even just a moment of hanging out in that space, shunya, they say, zero, everything recalibrates. It brings new vitality to my body. It brings kind of equanimity to my mind. Does it change the stresses? Does it take away the stresses? If my bank account was negative, does it make it positive just by going into that state? No, but eventually I bet it will, my experience. If I'm having a challenge in the relationship, does the problem just go away because I went into that space? No, but it does change how I interact with it. It changes my relationship to it. So my perspective is getting larger, the awareness is expanding, and that starts to transform every facet of my life. That's why it's so brilliant to use the principles of the planets and the domains of life. The Art of Living is not a course on astrology, but it does use the language of astrology to go through over a series of several days to completely tune the mind-body human instrument. Not just tune it so, okay, I feel good, but base level feel good. But make sure that creativity is flowing. Make sure the inspiration is flowing. Make sure that we're connected to what our life is really all about, so we have the chance to be really happy and be healthy and to live in a way that we feel great about. I think many of us right now are feeling like the way we're using our time is not the same. The things that might have filled us up, not filling us up in the same way. So that's why I want to invite you to do this Art of Living experience with us. Because if you do commit to, it's not that long, although it's longer than maybe you've ever done anything like this before. Maybe. We've been doing immersions like this exact length, for well over a decade now, several times per year, and they never fail. It's incredible what happens in these experiences when you have a group of people that comes together, often from all over the world. And when you do this practice with other people with you, it's exponentially strong. If you could do this experience that we just completed, from the beginning of this webcast until the conclusion of it, then you can absolutely do this entire immersion. You don't need to have any special experience. You're not going to be worse than the other people. A lot of people come to these thinking like, I'm going to be awkward. And maybe we feel awkward when we first get there. Give it a few hours, no more awkward. It's such a beautiful, always, it's such an amazing group of people that comes together. It's loving, it's warm, it's not uptight. It's not rigid, it's cool, it's fun, the food's amazing. You're gonna be served delicious food for several days. So you get to focus on actually taking care of yourself. Actually, 4.5 days, not even 5 days. Starts on a Wednesday evening, ends at Sunday at lunchtime. You're home Sunday evening if you want to be. Or Monday, whatever you choose. But within that amount of time, you'll have an experience you'll never forget in your whole life. And some of you, I know, have been to these immersions, and you know. But maybe you also need a reminder, because time goes, and it's like, yeah. So it is absolutely, experientially, not just theory, experientially, a tuning of a total mind-body human tune-up. No domain of life is left untouched. That's what's so beautiful about the framework. It starts with Jupiter. And that's your path of prosperity in your life. It goes to Venus, and that's your path of love. And each of us different. Some of us may have just got married. Some of us may just have been divorced. Some of us may never had either of those. But all of us have something. And that's an important part of the big heroic journey, the big story of our life. And that is, on a deeper level, a path of experiencing a greater supreme love that the relationship can act as a catalyst to experience. It doesn't need another person. For some people, it's not with another person. For some people, it is with another person in that domain. But that's just one single domain of life, the seventh house. The first house is the house of self, the house of your sense of what you are, who you are, your identity, and your dharma in life. Your real great purpose in life. Not purpose. It's not the 10th house. That's your career. Purpose in the way that's it's not commercialized. It's not achievement oriented. The only way to even start to describe it, we would have to have poetry or music or something like this. So this isn't just about sciences. This is about art. Mercury is your style of intelligence, your unique type of intelligence. We have a whole session of that. Whole session on Venus, whole session on what Venus represents in your life. Caveat, you may get inspired to study a little astrology, but that is not necessary for this course, because I want people to know that if you love astrology, you are going to love this. If you don't love it, it's not going to matter. I still am very, very confident in predicting you are going to love this. It's so cool. It's so fun. It's so deep and profound and so practical. And at first it's like, and we got to make the time. And like, what's it going to be like? The place is amazing. The Art of Living in Boone, North Carolina is an incredible place. It was built in the late 90s. Really incredible facilities, all built with yogic principles. From ancient India, Vastu, that's like the Indian version of Feng Shui. So the meditation halls are built to be meditation halls. You're going to be served like incredible Ayurvedic cuisine. There's incredible treatments you can get while you're there. Ayurvedic treatments, spa treatments. You're in the mountains of the Appalachians. That's not too far from the part of the world where I grew up. These mountains are incredible. In the autumn, the best time of year to be in those mountains. So this is absolutely incredible opportunity, in my opinion, and now is the time. If you want to come, now is the time to set that space in your calendar and register while there's still space. And what we've done is we've worked with the Art of Living facility in Boone, and this is a Life Force Academy production at the Art of Living. And the course is called The Art of Living, and we're going to be going through all of these and over from Wednesday evening until Sunday afternoon. Wonderful transformational experience. Wonderful. Anybody can do this. And so if you have any questions, please let us know. We're happy to answer. Just respond to any of the emails that we've sent you. But I've worked also with my team, and what we've done as our way, for those of you who have taken this White Swan experience with us, that if you commit to coming to the Art of Living experience, the Life Force Academy immersion in Boone this October 8th through the 12th, then we are going to give you one of our flagship courses called Bright and Beautiful, and it's on the fundamentals of Kundalini Yoga, of these practices that you've experienced a little bit of, and you'll get access to that right away. In fact, you can, and it's perfect for beginners. If you're not a beginner, I think it'll meet you where you're at, and I think you'll get a lot out of it, even if you're newer to the Life Force Academy style of using these kriyas and these practices. So Bright and Beautiful is an amazing course. People all over the world have used this, designed as a home course. It's not that long, but it's substantive. And if you take that course, you'll feel like you really have a good understanding and good sense of how to practice Kundalini Yoga. And even just that course is sold regularly at a value of $395. So we're giving that for free as our try to inspire you, encourage you, as if you need something else to turn this thing, you get also that beautiful course, Bright and Beautiful. We'll send it to you, and you'll have lifetime access to that, okay? So I want to cordially invite you to Boone, North Carolina, just a couple hours away from Charlotte or Asheville, at the Art of Living for this really kind of life-changing experience. Not something that if you're in this part of the country, you don't, even in the United States or North America, you don't have to fly that far for an experience of this level. And so I want to personally invite you to that. If this was our first time meeting, I'm very grateful that you're here and that we get to have this experience together. And if you're just not able to come to this thing in North Carolina, you don't have the wherewithal, we will be broadcasting this as a global broadcast. If you've ever done any of our virtual experiences with us, other than this one, our immersions are best of the best in the virtual broadcast as well. So we'll be sharing more about that as it gets closer. But right now, the experience to be there with the community, with the people from all over the world, there's nothing like the in-person experience. And so now is the opportunity to be a part of it. And at the very least, if you can't do any of that, check out consider checking out our Life Force Academy member portal, which is just $1 to give it a try. And it's very cost efficient. And we're doing this work all the time in there. So lots of ways to enter into the field of the Life Force Academy and keep working with these amazing practices and great music and great teaching. And so hope to see you in Boone. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I hope you had a beautiful experience. And yeah, take it again if you wish in the morning and experience more of the White Swan meditation, or use it on your own. And check us out, Life Force Academy. See you hopefully in October in North Carolina. Satnam. Thank you very much. But what we can do in several days is we can create a substantive momentum for ourselves. We can really plug into the source of our happiness and confidence and creativity, and we can gain good perspective on our lives to take our baby steps.
Kundalini has really helped me cultivate the energy to stay focused and present, and to help move blockages.
Doing it online is kind of almost doing it in present. It's like really, you get the same exactly benefits.
And even at home, you do really feel part of the community, you know? Like I really felt like this was my new family.
My first online session, the shift in my thinking, in my attitude, the increased happiness, it's like nothing else that I've ever done online. Nothing else.
Of course, the voice of Simrit and the entire band, the sound current just moves through you.
Just the general teachings of Jaidev and his humor, his love, his kindness, his wisdom, his insight, like all of it is just such an incredible blend.
If we can create a little bit of time to not only do a good exercises, center our life force, but to also arouse our wish for real happiness and the conditions of happiness, which means that I'm wishing for you to have real happiness in the conditions of happiness. Everybody wants happiness, so all it's really promoting is happiness through happiness training.